managing soil without ploughing or double digging every year, I'd say we really want to keep the soil covered as much as possible, whether that's covered with organic material or whether it's covered with inorganic material like landscape fabric. But really, any time that there's no roots in the ground and you've got bare soil, the soil covered over at all times. Put down at least a good inch of well composted material on the soil surface every year, ideally sort of autumn time. Cover it over if possible and let the worms incorporate that material for you, and definitely don't dig that into the soil. Get your soil tested, because if you do need to add any amendments, it's often best to do that prior to the mulch layer on the surface going on. A real tip for growing in sort of intensive no-dig strategy would be to look at how you're spacing your plants as close together, so when they do get to close to maturity, the plants are actually close to touching to form a canopy, which will help reduce the weed pressure even more.
First top 5 flower are dahlias. They're quite a lot of work growing them, and they get huge, but there's so many different varieties. Other flowers are scabious, because also lots of variety, quick growing and very little work, and nice long stems, which is an important factor in flower growing. Quick growing flowers like cornflowers, nigella, that kind of thing. Bells of Ireland or Molicella, which is one of our top 5. We also like using dill just to fill out small bouquets. One of our favourites is Goldenrod, which was surprising for us, which is a perennial but has nice big kind of spikes of yellow foliage, and is very easy to process quickly, and nice long stems.
Having the right blend of high carbon materials or woody papery materials to green material, fleshy material, that's good, that's very important. Basically, the bugs in the soil or the bugs in a compost heap need to have some nitrogen in order to break down the woody material. In terms of putting the right stuff in, it really depends on the type of stuff you've got, but probably about between 2 and 4 parts of carbony material to 1 part of green fleshy material. But a good idea would probably be to try and conserve as much heat as you've got, so maybe have wooden sides, and rather than a great big sort of indiscriminate pile, have wooden sides to make it square, and also cover the top with a carpet. If you have a very wet climate, say in the west of Scotland, you would want to actually keep some of the rain out. If it's a dry climate, you're on the east coast of Scotland, you would actually want to water it. So you would want it to be so that if you grab a handful of the compost from the middle of your heap, which you should be looking at by the way, now and again, it should be moist, not too dry, but you shouldn't be able to squeeze more than 1 drop of water out of it either. So you want water in it, but not too much. The other really important thing to do, the really important tip, is you must turn it. If you're on a big scale, the perfect way to turn it is a tractor bucket. If you're on a wee scale, it's just hard work. But you might want to just leave it to the winter months when you've not got as much else to do in the garden, and also when it's so cold that you don't really want to be out there anyway, and then turning it is a great thing because it keeps you cosy.